Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video on Nick Reads Books. I'm Nick. This is my book channel. I have to talk to you guys about something. I read this book the other day. I finished it yesterday, the day before I recorded this video. I wanted to get this video done after I finished the book, but I just couldn't cope, man. After I finished this book, I was just out of it. I don't know, I felt lost and I just really needed to record this video. Before I get into that book though, I wanted to show you the book that I'm currently reading. I had to pick this book up straight after just because I needed to disassociate from life for a little bit. It was kind of weird. But anyway, right now I'm currently reading Hidden in Plain Sight by Jeffrey Archer. This is a great book. I highly recommend it to everyone if you want to get into some sort of light-hearted detective novels. Jeffrey Archer is sort of the author that I go to whenever I need to sort of get off the very deep, dark book train, I think. I read the first novel I read of his. I read at the start of this year. I think it was the first. Just got a bloody notification on my MacBook. It was the first book that I read in the year, and I don't know, I just sort of realized that Jeffrey Archer is one of those authors that I could probably keep reading. Anyway, I should probably get into the actual book that I wanted to talk about in this video. This book, I think, is the book that's kind of cemented Stephen King as my favorite author. This book is The Stand. Oh my god, this book was just incredible. It's 1,211 pages in this paperback edition of the book. I read it in about a week. I started it last week, Friday. I was like, let me see what this book's all about, because I've heard a lot of people talk about it. It's a very, very hyped up Stephen King novel from what I've heard. And I was like, you know what? I have time. I have the opportunity. If I really want to, I can firm this book out and just go, you know what? Let's give it a crack. I did that. I picked it up. I was immediately hooked. Slight spoiler. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler because it is sort of like the first thing that happens in the book. It starts off guns slinging, man. There's the virus outbreak and it doesn't take its time. That virus spreads so quickly and with such lethality, and it's kind of just terrifying the way that the novel starts. And I don't know. I couldn't believe it. It was just insane. And you're introduced to so many interesting people right at the start of the novel so quickly, and you just sort of fall in love with all the good characters that there are. Stephen King, again, to me, he's probably one of those authors that his specialty is characters. The best part about a Stephen King novel is just the amazing character work he does. In this book specifically, there's so many other characters in this book that you kind of just root for, or you despise, or you just, I don't know. This book is so special to me, I think. As soon as I finished it, I put it down and just kind of, I don't know, I had to sit in my own thoughts for a second and go, that was something special. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever had that where you sit down after reading a book and go, just have to switch your brain off for a minute and be like, what I just read? Shut up! You never be like, what I just read has changed my life. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever have that again, and if I do, I'd be surprised. But The Stand was just so brilliant, and if you're looking for something to read over a couple of weeks or a couple of days, depending on how fast you read, I will say The Stand is definitely one for you to pick up, especially if you're a big fan of Stephen King. It is so inherently Stephen King. It was just a beautiful book, and I don't know, I think it's got one of my favorite Stephen King villains of all time, and that character, I won't talk too much about that character because there's a lot just his character involved in this story that kind of, I could accidentally spoil some very big details, but there is so much going on that I just think it is the best good versus evil story I've read so far. I know that a lot of you who have read some other amazing books might disagree that this is a brilliant book. You guys probably got other good recommendations for me out there, but The Stand, I don't know. It's going to be hard to pit this one as one of my favorite books of all time and one of my favorite Stephen King books of all time. It was just amazing, and I loved it. And if there's anything that I'm going to say about this book, it is that it is a journey. It is an absolute journey through the apocalypse. I loved every minute of it. I came out of it with a new sort of appreciation of a lot of things. I don't know, just kind of changed my brain, blew my mind even. It's definitely the biggest book I've ever read. I've never read a book over 1,000 pages, so The Stand was one of those sort of special books. It was so different to what I'd normally read, and I'm so grateful that I read it. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna let you guys go back to whatever you're doing before this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'm slowly building a small little community of cool people that like books about as much as I do, and it's really exciting. I'm keen to talk about more books that I've read. I'm starting One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig soon, and I'll probably do a video and I'll talk about that. It's one that I'm sort of looking forward to, and I'm keen to talk about with you guys. Apart from that, as I said, I'll let you guys go. I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing. I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and peace.